I am Nick Shell.
And I am Mario Garcia.
And together we are
Jeep Hombres.
It is important that we discuss this. Okay, look, I don't want to think of myself as a judgmental person. It's very important to me that I'm not. Because the moment you think that you're better than another person in any way, you instantly are wrong. With that being said though, there's kind of like this unspoken class within Jeep Wranglers, right?
A hierarchy.
A hierarchy is really the word that I need to put in the title here.
Yeah.
I have my thoughts, but I want you to start. Like, go ahead and tell me your version of it.
Oh man. So when we're talking about Jeep Wranglers, I would say top Jeep Wrangler, because you have different styles, different types. Jeep Rubicon. I think Jeep Rubicon would take the top.
If you have, what, about $50,000?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, they're more expensive. They got a lot more, just a lot more gadgets and a lot more kind of decked out. A lot of different things in there. Jeep Rubicon's great though. So I would be there. The Jeep Wrangler Sport is which I have, and then what you have as well. I would say that's probably second. Then you have the Sahara, and then you have the Unlimited. That's all that I know.
The Sahara is below ours.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah. But I might just be biased. I don't know. But I like mine. A buddy of mine, he had a Sahara, or he has a Sahara, and out in Iowa, and it was something that I just like mine a little bit better. I just like the sports a little bit better. They have a little bit more acceleration. I'm just a fan of those. The Sahara definitely seemed more of in the name, a safari type, compatible for that. So but the Rubicon Sport, Sahara, Unlimited, would be my classification of kind of the hierarchy.
Yes, definitely. And I will 100% match that. I agree with you on that. It's just funny because in my mind, I can't ever think about affording the Rubicon.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy with mine as it is. And I'm like, I'm okay with this. This is good enough for me. When this is too old, I'll just trade it in for another one exactly like it, and I'll be happy. So there's that version of it. And that's why I wanted to ask your take on it, because I have a whole other thing in my mind here, a whole different hierarchy.
Yeah.
So here it goes. So kind of camping out on what you said, there's like this, how do I say it? You don't want to be a Jeep poser.
Sure.
And for me, you can be a Jeep poser if you end up buying certain kinds of Jeeps that ultimately a girl would drive. Can I say that?
Yeah.
So let's start with it. So, I've been talking out loud about Jeeps for years, and I remember a couple years ago, a coworker, I had told him, my dream vehicle is to get a Jeep Wrangler. And I told him in this conversation, I said, well, my wife said, if we get one, it's going to need to be one of the four doors. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. And the coworker said, well, that's like a minivan. That's like a mom Jeep. And it stuck in my mind. And especially now that I got this one, I'm like, it just takes away the ruggedness. If it's that
big,
if it's that frame, it's like, is it just a really nice minivan ultimately? Is it like, I don't know. And I've mentioned before, like a car that I cannot appreciate is a Toyota Highlander. I've reviewed so many cars. If you Google my name, along with any car, especially Toyota, Lexus, you're going to find all these blog articles that they've sent me cars for a week at a time to review. And that's actually one of my least favorites is the Toyota Highlander, because it feels like it's driving like a minivan. With that being said, I love their actual minivan, and I've driven to Louisville and back. It's awesome. But the Highlander just feels like something a girl would be driving.
My mom drove one. So.
See? Yeah. And like, however, if we're talking about a 4Runner, that's one of my favorite vehicles too.
Yeah.
I've also driven one of those to Louisville and back on a trip. Loved it.
Yeah.
But certain cars just seem ergonomically friendly to women. So in my mind, and I can be wrong, but in my mind, 2-door is superior. Despite how it's less practical, especially if you're married and have 2 kids, for me.
Yeah.
So there's that going on. But I think too, and I noticed where I work, there's several other Jeep owners. There's this one Jeep that when you look at it, like, oh man, that thing's nice, it's decked out all the way. But it's so decked out that it's like, it seems like he's having to buy his coolness from it. And I like, not that I even know the guy, but just like, I wouldn't want something that draws that much attention. I want one that's understated and simple, because I feel that so much of what the kind of person it would take that would love a Jeep is going to be and be a true Jeep person is going to be able to be more basic. And I think that's the problem with the Jeeps is if you get too fancy, it takes away from what you're trying to do.
Yeah. I think if they have that mindset of being practical rather than like flashy. And kind of taking that approach and mindset when you're outfitting a Jeep like a Jeep in my brain it's a tactical car. You know, you could do a lot of things to it. You can make it however you want. But when you look at the origin of the Jeep itself and what it was used for back in the war, it was used to get in, get out, easy to assemble, and you can modify it for different things. And so for me, it's like when you kind of shape your Jeep into being practically useful for you and not over the top and make it massive tires, massive rims, all these gizmos and gadgets that come with it, then I think you kind of lose what's the word?
Credibility?
Yeah, credibility. I guess maybe, and to each their own, I guess. But something with the Jeep is you can definitely go over the top when it comes to outfitting your Jeep. I would definitely agree with you on that.
So it's like, granted, if someone said, "Hey, I'm going to give you a free Jeep, and I'll give you a brand new 4-door one, or you can just have an old 2-door one," I'm like, of course I take the new one because if nothing else, I can sell it and make a lot of money.
Right.
But so I will recognize that, but it's just the idea of it. The idea of it matters so much that you do it right, and we've done it right. Now I know that we're biased. Is the thing, but see that's why we're starting this conversation because I have to know that in the Jeep community of people who aren't even in the community but would watch our videos anyway, that it's understood that if you're in the Jeep family, you're in the Jeep family, but ultimately there's more street cred involved to some degree because on this scale is that ultimately practicality and less showiness is a good balance. But still, you can have a Rubicon and not be too flashy.
Oh, absolutely.
And so that's part of that, the part of that balance.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that.
So there's a comment section. It's right here. It's for you. Here's the torch passing to you to carry on the conversation. We are Jeep Hombres.